Hello everybody, welcome to my channel Dive and Core, where I do deep and thorough analysis on movies, TV shows and games. Today, we are discussing about one of my favorite movies of all time, partly from nostalgia and partly because it is just a cinematic masterpiece. We are talking about WALL-E. If you don't know what WALL-E is, it is a movie about an inanimate machine which is just so more human than any of us, and it's just a work of art. So let's get started and see how WALL-E has so much to say in silence. WALL-E is a film made by Pixar in 2008. It was made by the intention of just another kids movie, but as the production went on, they decided to make it a lot more. WALL-E is set in the distant future, well over 700 years from now, and the Earth is stranded. The people have left in big spaceships called the Axioms. While they are away from Earth, many little cleaning devices are left on the Earth to clean it up after the humans. In this future, there is so much waste that it is practically impossible for humans to live here comfortably. Coming back to cleaning devices, these machines are called WALL-Es. Since the humans are gone, WALL-Es are destroyed due to weathering, but somehow a brink of hope exists. One WALL-E is left, probably because he's different, probably because he's not just a robot. When the movie starts, we are shown the apocalyptic and stranded Earth and mountains of garbage resembling the skyscrapers of 21st century, and some are even taller. This is a genius metaphor for the wasteful life we are living. The garbage skylines are made by the WALL-Es, but one in particular is our protagonist WALL-E. We are shown a hardworking robot that is cleaning the Earth individually as others are broken, and during all this we are opened with a beautiful song which is just a sarcastic comment on the modern society. After this, we are introduced to the society that is overtaken by the multinational corporation by and large, BNL for short. The corporation is so huge that the private sector have overpowered the government. The decision of the lives of the people are taken by this company. All this in 5 minutes. Now you know why WALL-E is a masterpiece. This movie conveys all this by a song and a commercial of BNL, so the story is set clear if someone doesn't understand it. WALL-E as an individual can only say like 4 words maximum, and that might seem less, but somehow the writer made that he can convey his emotions very well. The character's design itself is extremely real and clever. He doesn't have a mouth, most of his body is to crunch the garbage of the earth. We can see his personality through his actions, like he likes to collect interesting things like lighters and bulbs and Rubik cubes, etc. He is a likable protagonist because he is basically flawless. His personality is charming and people love him for it. For the first half, this is a silent movie, and that is probably my favorite part of the movie. Just seeing the cinematography and various different set pieces to develop the characters, it was very intriguing, and I was glued to the seat watching it. Don't get me wrong, I also like the second half as it also has some various fun conversations and develops the story so much, but the first half takes the cakes for slow but heartwarming and creative storytelling. One of the most important characters other than WALL-E is Eve, which is crucial to the plot as well. Eve is a robot that is sent to Earth under a secret project to find trace of life. She only finds garbage until she meets WALL-E. WALL-E brings her in and shows her his collection of various exciting things he gathered over time. There, Eve does find a living plant with WALL-E. Eve sends a signal to the Axiom, and they send a rocket to bring her back. Between all this, WALL-E is showing his unconditional love as a robot to Eve. This leads to the most interesting love development plot I have ever seen. WALL-E is also just showing his compassion to her even when she stops and is waiting for the receiving rocket to pick her up. This concludes the first half of the story with minimalistic talking and just some excellent cinematography. The silence is not only accompanied with the great humor presented here, but also the confusion and the dark feeling to the existence of humans. When the rocket comes to pick up Eve, WALL-E also sticks with her to the Axiom. This brings us to another set of characters, the humans and machines. They obviously are less important than WALL-E and Eve, but bring so much diversity of different actions performed that they are also considered very memorable. Machines also carry the silent nature of WALL-E, but have significant personality and plays a major role in the upcoming scenario of helping the humans. Humans in this movie are extremely let's just say they have spent their time leisurely. They have grown obese, unproductive and just plain lazy. They have lost their sense of surroundings and spending their time on a damn screen. You see, this is also a comment about the youth. It is so true that I am actually kinda triggered by this. The humans are on the Axiom, and the Axiom has a captain, which is genuinely a great character. And his curiosity about Earth is extremely fascinating, and at the same time, it is horrifying as well. It is horrifying as the existence of the planet Earth is barely a memory to these people. I have no words. Coming back to Wally and other machines, they take the plan to the captain in hopes to get back to Earth, but in the captain's deck, we are introduced to the main antagonist of the movie, Autopilot. Autopilot is a machine that marks the route of the Axiom and controls it. Unlike the other critics say, I think that Otto is a well-written villain. In the movie, he is programmed by its creator in the way to perform the tasks no human could do. This might seem dramatic, but this is my representation of him. The movie did underplay his character, but the good thing is, his intentions are explained. The side plot of the second half is handled very well. It is the continuation of the unspoken love between Eve and Wally, and it's really fun to watch. The end of the movie is a fight scene between the captain and Otto, which ends in captain winning, and during this, Wally's life is on the edge to get the plant to its designated position. Wally's desire to get humans back to Earth even though he's not one is so touching. Even though he's just a robot himself, he has thought about humanity the most until now. The humans were not just passed off Earth. For Wally, it was his inspiration, motivation to keep going. Humans in some way kept him alive. He would have died like the others if he did not have any interest in them. At the end of the movie, Wally almost dies and is brought back to Earth to change his spare parts in a race against time. But when Eve is successful, it seems that Wally is brainwashed. As all hope is lost, a spark of life gives Wally his past memory. This movie is straight up art, like the best of the best. Some people think that this movie did not achieve anything more than it set out to do, but I disagree. I was impressed with this movie as a 5-year-old, and I still am. This movie did win an Oscar, so that's great. Against some pretty serious competition, I might add. And the cultural impact of this movie is great, as it inspired numerous organizations for the betterment of society. This movie is one of those that you like it more and more as the time passes. In terms of nitpicking or finding mistakes, I could do that. I can find some problems. There has to be some, but I don't care. When I watch a movie, I sometimes just live in the moment and see it without any judgments, and this was one of those times. I love the movie, it's one of my favorite. I think everybody should watch it, and my goal to make this video was to bring this to people's attention that the silence in the movie Wall-E speaks. I hope I'm successful in my task. Thanks for watching.